Good grief, it's 2025. Do you remember seeing that movie, A Space Odyssey? Ah, crap, now I'm dating myself. Ugh. Hey everybody, happy post-holiday season. It's a weird time of year, actually. Everybody's got their New Year's resolutions going, and at the office, you wouldn't believe the kind of stories I'm hearing. A lot of people are coming to me, asking me, because I would never shut up. I can never shut up at work. And everybody knows that I'm the one who's going to go off on. If anybody's eating food, like I'm going to go off on, all of the reasons why it's horrible or whatever. So I'm the annoying one. But what's funny about it is that several people have come up to me asking me about my diet. I've been thinking about that. It's funny that everybody does all this New Year's resolution stuff. Every year, you always hear about people and their New Year's resolutions, and usually it has a lot to do with fitness, but sometimes diet. And I've figured out why that is. I think that people eat the crappiest food imaginable over the holidays, and they eat a lot of it. Like, that's all you do. If you're an American, you just eat a bunch of junk for months, or at least a month or so. And then you have to suffer for it by the time the new year hits around. So that's where this New Year's resolution stuff is coming from, is because everybody's miserable and sick. So I never really thought about it that way before, but there's so many people that are talking about eating differently. A friend of mine at work was asking me about, doing carnivore and stuff, and I gave her tips and, gave her a bunch of advice of what I've been through, at least, and how much it's helped me, and the things that you have to think about, and prepare for. And a couple of other people that I would never think would ever even consider this diet are talking about it now. And I think that's because they really did a lot of damage over the holiday. The answer is food. The answer is stop eating things that are not food. Eat food, real food. And that is what the carnivore diet's all about, which is what this channel is all about. So that's why I'm talking about food again. It's funny, like I talk about food so much that you think I'm obsessed with food, but I don't really eat that often. It's kind of a conundrum, actually. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it does, actually. But I had a great holiday. Another thing I also figured out is I don't like sitting around too much. Like, I was really looking forward to this break because I had about a week and a half off, which is a lot for me. I have a lot of responsibility at work. I have a career. I'm a quality assurance manager in a medical device company. So, there's a lot of important stuff that I have to worry about a lot. And so it's not like I don't think about work after I'm done for the day. There's things that I have to, worry about, and it can be kind of stressful sometimes. But I enjoy my work. I like what I do. But I was really looking forward to the time off, and it was odd. I had a lot of fun. I had a big party. I had a big family party where I cooked a lot of food, and I did do something I promised I would kind of do. I wanted to, after Thanksgiving, and I made a bunch of junk for people, bunch of garbagey food, I wanted to, by next Thanksgiving, kind of go towards an all meat type of Thanksgiving if possible, or as close as possible. At least a very, very keto-y, clean keto-y type of Thanksgiving. And for this party, literally most of what I made was meat. It was meat all the way. Now there was other stuff like the meatball. I made these meatballs, and it was meat with panko, the pork rind panko stuff in it. And those were really good. I did have to put them in because my daughter's favorite thing is the chili sauce and grape jelly. You mix that together, and that's like the marinade for these meatballs. That kind of ruins them, but as far as being healthy. But, so there was stuff like that, but a lot of meat, a lot of cold cuts and cheeses and things like that. But it was it was a good time. Family was great. Seeing everybody was great. And it just ended up being a really good holiday. But I had a lot of time on my hands. And what I realized is that where in the past, I could be really happy with being sedentary, you know, kind of, because I got addicted to a video game while I was off, which is something I'm going to do, you know, as you do, you know, you have a lot of time off, you're going to play video games for like, you know, 36 hours in a row. But I started playing Return to Moria, and oh my God, that game is so buggy. But it started to piss me off, and then I'd play it longer, and it, you know, because it had issues and stuff. And I think it was rushed. I don't know. A good game. I really liked it, but it was annoying a little bit. So I was doing that for hours on end at some point on my time off, and it bothered me to be there for too long, doing it for too. I started to feel like I have too much energy on this diet, that I can't really casually game like I used to. I could go for really long periods of time playing something new, but now it's kind of, you know, breaking my immersion or something. I don't know. It's not good for me to sit for very long periods of time, and I think that's because of that is definitely because of the diet. Because before, oh my God, I could just go forever. I could also stay up longer, which is kind of weird. Like I could stay up longer, like without sleep. My sleep schedule is extremely set. Like I get tired at exactly when you should get tired, at about, I'd say 10 o'clock, which is for me, like that's how I get enough sleep, because I wake up at 5. So about 10 o'clock, I get very sleepy. I can push past if I need to, but it's not comfortable. Like my body tells me to go to sleep, and I go out, and I'm out, and I mean out, and I wake up at 5 without an alarm clock, and I am wide awake. It's that is the craziest carnivore benefit that I have seen. So with that though, it's like before I did carnivore, when I was eating unhealthy, I could kind of stay up till all hours, which you would think that means that you have more energy, but I think it's just, no, I think it's dysfunctional and wrong. Your body needs sleep. Your body should tell you to go to sleep. It should make you sleepy. And then when it's time to get up, it should make you wake up. Like I think your body works like it's supposed to when you actually eat properly. So it's just very interesting, but, you know, I can't do the gaming thing can't be for too very long, because it just bothers me. I still love it as a hobby. I mean, it's still one of my favorite hobbies, but it's like, it's a very sedentary thing. I do have VR where you can actually jump around and look like a total idiot and crash through a window, but yeah, you need a lot of space for that, and it's kind of annoying. The headset's very heavy, and you can do there's this app called, I think it's called Just Dance, and you actually you dance in VR, and there's crap flying at you and stuff, and you try to I think that's the name of it. I can't remember. I have it in there, but I can't remember what it's called. But you actually like swat at little balls that are coming at you or something. I mean, it's kind of fun or whatever, but I mean, you still got this giant thing on your head. I think technology needs to get a little bit further, and they need to have like something like Google glasses or something, but that work in VR. I don't know how far away we are from that, but I really shouldn't have invested that much money on something that heavy on my head, because it's kind of annoying. Anyway, God, I'm getting sidetracked. I realize that people are making themselves sick with the standard American diet, and it's the standard American diet on steroids at Christmas time or Thanksgiving, because people just go ape shit when, I mean, that's all they do. Every other day is eating, eating, eating. They go to Christmas fairs, and guess what they do when they go there? They eat. I can't tell you how many pots of freaking cocoa that my family has made in the past month. Had to be like 25. I mean, every time I turned around, they've got a pot of cocoa on the stove, and they're dumping marshmallows in it and stuff. And I remember that when I was younger, that was so much fun, and I used to love it. But ew, I mean, I'd probably fall over or something if I tried that. Now I wouldn't try that now. The only thing, as far as cheating goes, the only thing I did, and I wouldn't even really consider it cheating because I always knew that I probably at some point in time would try this. I drank very high purity vodka because I had heard, just by itself, and I had heard Dr. Chafee talk about on occasion he would do that. I don't know if he does it anymore, but he would say occasionally he would have that because it didn't bother him because it's like very pure or whatever. It's still not good for you. I mean, it's not, any kind of alcohol is not good for you, but not tons of it or anything. But when I went to the work thing, I went out with friends and I had some of that. And I did a video, a very short video, talking about that, but there was something wrong with it didn't record right. And so when I uploaded it, I had to take it down because it just didn't turn out right. Like there was a bunch of background noise. But anyway, that's the only thing I did that is outside of the typical. And I mean, it really didn't bother me. It was odd. I figured, oh, this is probably going to make me feel bad. But it's not something, I mean, maybe once every 2 years or something, I might do that again. I doubt it though, because I don't like doing anything that is damaging that I don't normally do. You know what I mean? Because I drink coffee now, and I'm trying to, just now I'm trying to wean off of that. That's going to be hard, but I mean, everything else that I didn't think I could leave, I did. So I'm always trying to go forward and get better, you know, but nobody's perfect. I mean, my God, we can't be too dogmatic about all this crap. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to harm yourself, but at the same time, you're human and you live in the world. Coming out of the culture and getting away from all of the bad habits, you know, you do the best you can and you do better each day. That's all I can say. But I did realize I can't sit around much. Like the way that, you know, people always want, oh yeah, I'm going to be off and I'm going to be able to do nothing. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. I really can't do it. I know how to relax, but I have way too much energy. Way too much energy. Just to give you an idea of how much energy I have. And I am 57. I had to write a 30-page, I have a 30-page document that I had already put into effect, right? 30 pages. And I really wanted to reformat it and rewrite it, revise the entire thing. It looked completely different. I sat down, I got into work, and I went to the bathroom and then came back to my office. At 8:10, I started working on that document. At about 11:15, I realized that if I didn't go pee, I was going to wet myself, and I went running down the hallway to go to the bathroom because I had to have my coffee for the morning or whatever. So I get back to my desk. I go straight back to my desk. I keep working. I look up. It is 3 p.m., and it took me till 3 p.m. to finish that document. When it comes to technical writing, a lot of this is very detail-oriented. You have all of these steps. I have these protocols. These are massive protocols that I have to write. With a lot of detail and a lot of thought. And I literally looked up, it was 3 p.m. It was almost like, if it's kind of like dog years, you know what I mean? They're different from human years. To me, it felt like 2 hours. So I do this, I don't know, 3 times a week. Like, I can do this 3 times a week. If I'm left alone to actually work on these, like if I have a lot of documents I have to work on, but if I'm left alone to work on these documents, that's the way my days go. And that's pretty damn good. Like, I've never could focus this intently in the past. I was pretty good at focus when it comes to writing technical documents. You have to be able to focus, but that's extreme focus. And I was ready to go. Then I left, and at 3, I stopped, and I had a conversation with some coworkers, and I was off the chain, literally. I mean, I was talking 90 miles an hour. I had all these great ideas. I was remembering everything I wanted to go over with them, planning for, you know, future events and stuff. And, you know, that was a full day, but that's what my life is like now. Now, before Carnivore, because it's been 2 years since this past Thanksgiving, it was 2 years on Carnivore. But my life in the past was misery. Before I lost 90 something pounds, I remember just hating getting up in the morning. I hated getting up in the morning. I like crawled out of bed like slowly, and was miserable. My joints hurt, my back hurt every day since my kids were born, like 20 years worth of back pain. And I know I'm going over this again. I feel like people who have watched my other videos or, listened to a broken record, but it's amazing to me that all of these problems, and then all the weight came off, which a lot of the weight had come off with keto, but a lot of the rest of it came off easily with carnivore. It's just a completely different way of life. It's changed my life. I've had people come and ask me about my diet that never, in a million years, I wouldn't think would even inquire about it. And then also, I had a family friend who developed high blood pressure just recently, and it scared the crap out of him. And he's changing the way he eats. He's not coming to the carnivore lifestyle, but at least at this point, but he is changing his habits, because that makes people change. When you start to get sick or you can't function like you want to and you can't enjoy your life, you'll make the necessary changes. Weight gain doesn't always do that. The pain and suffering will, though. Sometimes weight gain does, but anyway, I realized a lot about myself over the holidays. I can't really sit still that well anymore, which is a good thing. If you don't know what carnivore is, or you're curious about it, check out my Carnivore 101 video. It goes over all the basics and kind of walks you through what to expect and why people do it, the reasons for the carnivore diet, and the benefits. But anyway, I hope everybody had a great holiday season. Comment below anything that you have to offer with this, as far as things that have changed for you, things that haven't, what you've seen, what you're curious about. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.